Crocheting 101, How to Crochet for Complete Beginners. Brought to you by Club Crochet and produced by Louie's Loops. That's me. Chapter 9, How to Read Patterns. In crochet, the way that we explain how to make different projects is through patterns. Think of them kind of like blueprints to the project. At the top should be the materials, telling you what the artist used to make the project. Usually they'll tell you the yarn type or weight, the hook size they used, and some miscellaneous materials like a needle, scissors, stuffing, and often in my case, plastic bead eyes. Then there's the abbreviations. Stitches and patterns are abbreviated to make it quicker and easier to understand. For example, as you've probably figured out by now, the single crochet is written as just SC. Usually there's a quick key in the beginning of the pattern to show you the abbreviations used and what they stand for. Here are some commonly used abbreviations and their counterparts. If you don't understand one of them, there might be some instructions in the pattern itself, or searching online for it will probably help too. The steps to a pattern are usually written as round 1 or row 1. Remember the rounds and rows from chapter 4? These are there to help you keep track of where you're at in the pattern. It's important to realize that every crocheter has their preferred method for how they write their patterns, and it can kind of get confusing every now and then. And different countries have totally different styles of writing patterns. These are just the American terms. For example, in the UK, the double crochet is called the treble crochet. Sometimes it'll take 2 or 3 tries to get a round right, but the great part of crocheting is that it uses yarn, which is a very forgiving medium. If you mess up a round, just pull it all out and try again. When you're first starting out, try using stitch markers like these, or use a small amount of different colored yarn to keep track of where the round begins and ends. This is going to help you out a lot later on so you can remember where you're at in a pattern. There's also this thing called a gauge. A gauge means the number of stitches per inch and rows or rounds per inch. The gauge is based off of the hook and the yarn that the pattern is made with, which should be marked in the pattern under the materials. They help you get the right amount of tightness into your stitches. If you feel that your gauge is off and it's really important for the pattern, for something that you're going to wear like a beanie, you can make what's called a swatch before you start. It's basically a sample square, which you can then measure to see if you're off and adjust accordingly by using a larger crochet hook or physically changing how tight you crochet. For things like amigurumi, it's somewhat less important. Think of it there as more of a guideline for what you should be aiming for. Keep an eye out for numbers in parentheses at the end of a round like this. These tell you how many stitches you should have in total by the end of your round or row. So if you think you might have messed up, a quick count of your stitches and comparing it to this number can help you know if you messed up. People also use brackets like these. These are usually there to split up a round or a row and tell you when to repeat. But sometimes people use them for other things too. For example, sometimes when there are a lot of color changes, I put them at the end of a round like this, which is there to show you what colors go where. Crocheting 101's home, clubcrochet.com, was created by my awesome friends over at Market House. Not only did they build out the amazing membership and online courses website, but they mentored and advised me along the way, and I so much appreciate them for that. Grow your brand and build your business with Market House, specializing in web design and digital marketing. Check them out at mkt.house. Thank you so much for watching. Crocheting 101 was independently created by me, Louie, with the support from my more than awesome Kickstarters that you can see on the screen now. This project took a really long time to complete, so if you liked it, please let me know by liking the video down below and subscribing and following Louie's Loops on any social media. Okay, now let's put everything together with our final project to Crocheting 101, making a beanie. Or you can check out some advanced techniques in Chapter 10, like how to make a magic loop and how to stitch different pieces together.